everyone, my name is Kevin, and today I'm gonna talk about the deadliest being on Earth, the bacteriophage, or phage for short. So, what is a phage actually? A phage is a virus, not quite alive, not quite dead. Do you know why? First, it's floating in the air. That means it looks like it's dead, but it's alive. And also, it needs a host to survive. When it doesn't find a host, it dies. When it finds a host, it survives. And they only kill bacteria. No viruses on the menu. And if you use antibiotics, you think it might be able to kill bacteria, like phages. So you mean that they can kill bacteria like phages, but not as professional. Because the antibiotics, a penicillin, or fungi, they're like nuclear bombs. They destroy everything, even the good bacteria in your intestines you don't want to harm. But phages are much more professional. They know everything, so they just kill bad bacteria. And scientists had already tested this with a bacteria named Aeruginosa, and it finally and the man that got it had finally disappeared the symptoms. Whoa, so interesting, huh? Let's go to the next part. So, what types of phages are there? Well, there are mainly 6 types, but they can still evolve into another type. So scientists don't know what total they are in the future because they have evolution. The first type is an icosahedral head with a tail. But first, wait. Here. So what is an icosahedron? If you know this type of dice, you can know the icosahedral. An icosahedron is a sort of dice that has 20 faces and 30 edges. Whoa, that's interesting, huh? So let's find out the body parts of this phage first. So first, it has its head, which is the icosahedral, and inside it's its DNA, or gene material. And it has a long tail, but some don't have tails. And they have leg-like fibers that they use to stand on the bacteria, and then they make the DNA and RNA information in itself. So, an icosahedral head with a tail means that it has the tail with an icosahedral head. And the next type, icosahedral head without a tail, is the type that I told you that it doesn't have a tail. That means it could put its genetic material faster into the bacteria because it doesn't have the tail to like the other ones did. And the third type is the filamentous form. Well, this is the strangest type. Its head is still an icosahedron, but its height is twice the height of other ones. Well, I mean, it's not big, but it's tall. Its length is really the same, but it's taller, twice.
Wow.
But it has a shorter tail. So that's why they call it filamentous form. And the next type is virulent and temperate phages. These type of phages are normal kind of phages, and in fact, these kind of phages are icosahedral with a tail phages. But actually, they live in virulent and temperate places. The next type is human gut phages. Well, as the name suggests, they live in your gut. Well, I don't think it will live in warm guts. Just kidding. And then I'll talk about the last type of phage, which is with it is the classification by morphology and nucleic acid. This type of phage often lives in your stomach and in your acid. Well, interesting, huh? And this is one of the most common types. And they are one of the similarities to human gut phages because they can also live in our gut. And do you know we can classify it by morphology? Alright. So please take up your microscope and let's look. How can phages save you? First, a phage finds a host. A host can be a human or animal or anything. It is a living thing. I mean, like animals and humans. And then they get inside, and then they kill one of the bad bacteria. Then they multiply inside it. But do you know how? Most viruses multiply by using some sort of protein that attaches to the cell, and then it multiplies. But the phages do not use cells. They use the bad bacteria, and they do not get inside with the protein. But first, they will land on a bacteria which is fiber-like legs, and then it will puncture its genetic material into the bacteria. So soon the bacteria is like a machine to create more and more and more phages. And then these phages make a chemical that pokes a hole into the bacteria. The pressure is too high that the bacteria kind of vomits out of its insides. And then the cycle continues anew. And there's also a world war because do you know bad bacteria can have evolution too? So now we have made a kind of bacteria that is almost immune to all of our things. This is called the superbug. And the superbugs, do you know they can be almost immune to all of our defenses? But you can remember that I told you that phages can have an evolution too. So if a bacteria is able to be immune to the phage, our phage might be able to win. And now you think that pumping millions of viruses into your body is a good idea, huh? Unless it's a phage, huh? So phages save the day, and also phages save our lives. So they can stop bad bacteria entering our body. So whenever you noticed that you think that there are bad bacteria inside your body, call the doctor and tell them to vaccinate you with millions of phages. So, That's how we can endure more about science without doing experiments about the superbugs. So that's all for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for our channel. And don't forget to follow the channel so to grow. Bye bye!